Hi there. So I had rhinoplasty with Dr. Silva about 6 weeks ago. So I'm 6 weeks post-op, and I've got to say I'm absolutely over the moon with my results. I'll just take you through a little bit of the concerns I had. At first when I sort of was looking for a surgeon to do my surgery, my rhinoplasty, it was quite important that the results were natural. So for me, he really managed my expectations in that respect. I knew that I wasn't wanting something like a dramatic change. I was wanting something quite natural, and those were the results I got. So it was really important that we had that chat. I know with the sedation, I was really apprehensive about it. I was thinking, oh God, what if I wake up? What if I don't fall asleep? There was all these little niggly things going through my head. But actually, it was such an amazing experience. It's really strange to say that, but it really was. When I was coming out of surgery, I just thought, wow, like this is great. I felt fine. After an hour I was allowed to go home. That night was slightly uncomfortable, but I wasn't in any pain. I actually didn't take any of the painkillers that I was prescribed throughout the 2 weeks of recovery. So yeah, that I didn't expect. The 2 weeks, the first week was quite uncomfortable, but like I slept fine. It didn't really put me in sort of any compromising positions at all. And then the second week, when I got my cast off, I was obviously really excited to do that. And then I saw the result, and I was ecstatic with the result. And everyone kept saying, it's still really swollen. It's still really swollen. And 6 weeks post-op, I'm now, it's reduced significantly, and I'm still really happy with the result. I think what's really important to bear in mind is that for me, I was thinking about this a really long time ago, and I was thinking, and I was just talking to Dr. Silva, and I was thinking, oh, I wish I'd got this done years ago. But actually, it's really important. I was in a really positive headspace, and I don't think perhaps I would have managed how I did had I not been the age I am now. The surgery, the pre-consultations, the post-op, I think I've handled that really well. But that's because I've been mentally prepared for it, and that's why perhaps it's been a positive experience. So yeah, I've got to say, if anyone was to ask me, would you recommend it? I would definitely say yes. It isn't this big dramatic thing that perhaps, and there's a bit of a stigma attached to it. It is actually quite straightforward, and it can be simple, and it can be a really positive experience. So if I had to give a piece of advice to someone, I would say the most important thing for me was being able to, ask the questions I wanted to ask, and feeling, reassured about the surgery. I went to many consultations, and I really did my research. And then when I came to Dr. Silva, I genuinely felt that I could ask all those questions, and I didn't feel as nervous. I had a ton of questions, and there was this concern and that concern, and that for me was really important, that I was able to just get that reassurance that I needed. I think also, this is a really important thing for me, but I think perhaps if I'd got the surgery done many years ago, like I wish I had, I perhaps wouldn't have been in the positive headspace I was now. I went into this knowing what I was getting myself into. I did my research, I really understood the surgery, and perhaps that's why I've dealt with it how I have done, and I had such a positive experience. And perhaps if I wasn't in that headspace, that perhaps may not have been the same, and I may not have been feeling quite happy about it today.